Hey everybody, welcome back to the totally not creepy sim Doki Doki Literature Club. We're still talking to these girls. They gave us cupcakes and it seemed alright, but there's something sinister going on and one of the girls is spying on me, so we gotta watch out. Now last episode I was very dehydrated from doing all those voices and the reading, but I've come prepared now. I've got me my Pepsi. Delicious. And I got my flask of water. So yeah, I am A-okay, ready to go. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Is she trying to cheat off me? Sorry. It was just... Actually, I think for now, I won't do the female voices because that is just too stressful on my throat. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Ah ha ha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah! I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, and Yuri slides it underneath her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It is as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Hold on a second, let me adjust my desk here. Sorry, I have to adjust my desk. Okay. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Zenhorse? That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really don't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. ... I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Aha! What are you saying all of a sudden? ... exclamation point. Okay, everyone. ... exclamation point. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. That probably hurt a lot too. This sun can kill people. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. All right. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Yeah, they might harshly criticize my poem, even though it's a masterpiece, I must admit. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration, since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a special notebook. On the other hand, Monica writes hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright, poetry time. Who should I show my poem to first? Let me see here. I think I'm going to show it to Yuri, since she's been really close to me. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Yuri, ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? ... Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. And look, now her eyes are all gone. ... exclamation point. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. ... Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kinda learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. Yeah, that's true for all the big writers. If you read them, you just notice as particular prose. Stephen King's got it, Dan Brown has it, Dean Koontz, they all have their writing style. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skill and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well... Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? So what did they give me? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing, air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I swear, I find it so difficult to read cursive handwriting. Especially my grandmother's, it looks like squiggly lines. I used to write cursive in private school. They made us write cursive by default, but it was still much more nicer looking than this. Oof. ... I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. She does have bad handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. No, totally. But it took you a long time to read. I like to take my time with poems, that's why. Embrace each word, you know, give it a little hug and caress, you know, make the viewers more comfortable. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Huh? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Zenhorse. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you didn't glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. No, I did not. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. And I'm assuming they don't actually show us what my poem was that they randomly regenerated. Because, you know, I love my poetry, and I think I really want to see, you know, what it's like when it's not being doctored. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? At least her eyes are here this time. Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Zenhorse. Me too. Do your best, boys. Who should I show my poem to next? Now, who would be next, I wonder? Maybe Natsuki? I'm not sure. You know, I'm just gonna go random. I'll do Monica. Why not? Hi, Zenhorse. Having a good time so far? Yes. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ah. And look, she can just magically turn at that angle. Yeah, she's got a big ab workout right there. You know, Michael Jackson did something like that. Really puts a pressure on your abdomens. Don't worry, Zenhorse. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Can't do a proper recording without a burp. Yes, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Zenhorse. I was going ooh in my bed while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I'm putting in some effort. Ah ha ha, that's not fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write, like James Patterson. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything, like James Patterson. Ah ha ha! Ah ha ha! Yeah, I freaked out you can do that pose so easily. Anyway, do you want me to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Alright. Hole in the Wall. Is this the one by Pink Floyd? I take it it's not. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I read blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Fly. I'm trying to read a poem here, Fly. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Oh, that's deep. That is deep. I bet you mine was still better, though. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of people have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. This is sort of what Stephen King said. He said, write with the door closed, rewrite with the door open. When you write, you're writing down your story, and when you rewrite, you're taking out all the things that are not your story. Cleaning up the clutter, you know? So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Yay. Sayori Nutsi. Sayori Nutsi. I'll do Natsuki. ... Thanks for the cupcakes. Well, it's about what I expected for someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? Ooh, yeah, this girl really wants to bring it on. Well, I'm ready, girl, I'm ready. I'll pass. No, come on. I'll take the smack. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Well, this one's a short one. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. And I can kick your ass, Missy. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well... Because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't that the point of poems, for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did, and so did I. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Nutsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Yeah, I'm still gonna kick her ass though. Maybe I'll take that cupcake and really punch her in the face with it. Alright, Sayori, you're last. ... This is a good poem, Zen Horse. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Zen Horse. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Of course, man, I am the most generous thing ever. Trust me, I am very, very philanthropist. That means, not greedy. Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people can do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah? And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I want breakfast too. I want waffles and pancakes, but no syrup though. Sayori, this is just a guess, but do you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a question yes or no. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Still say my poem's the better of all of them, trust me. That's why they censored it, because it was too awesome. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Absolutely, it's way better. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. I cross the room. Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Zenhorse did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me? I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Zenhorse liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Uh-huh. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Zenhorse appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Oh, I did. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? Oh. ... No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grow a size bigger as soon as Zenhorse started showing up. Well, I am so flattered. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Zenhorse, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Zenhorse. Wait! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only successfully limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Zenhorse? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Whomever instead of whoever. Yeah, I'm good at getting my grammar correct. So of course that's going to be... Should I get Sayori to help me? I don't know. Definitely not going Natsuki, though. She is an itch, but with a B. And, I'll go with Yuri. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's no excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri? Uh-huh. You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fist. I'm ready. In the end, nobody has taken her side. Got her! She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. Like my mother. I end up even feeling bad for her. Not really. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki? That's a rage quit if there was one. She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything all right? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri! How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well... Alright, I believe you. Thanks, Zenhorse. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said. About, and there go her eyes. I would never do anything so shameful. So? What thing did Natsuki say? Big line. Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Tea, but we're probably not going to have cupcakes anymore. No, Natsuki's finished with them. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Zenhorse, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. ... I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job of impressing those I want to impress. And I know how to handle Natsuki better, no? I nod to myself with newfound determination. Zenhorse, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. I still didn't read my poem. Sayori? About what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. Phew! You know, Zen Horse, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Yeah, I think we can do a bit more than that, can't we? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. You gonna write another poem now? Oh, looks like I do. Alright then. Daydream, sparkle, aurora, depression, fun. Anxiety, anime, doki doki, jump, analysis. Okay, I'll choose, aura. Ocean, sing, chocolate, misery, holiday, covet, peaceful, raindrops, prayer, melancholy? Is that how you're supposed to pronounce it? Unending, fester, shiny, suicide, bunny, lust, captive, unstable, marshmallow, ambient. I choose Fester, like Uncle Fester from the Addams Family. Heart, vacation, fireworks, whistle, secretive, charm, skipping, climax, judgment, passion. I'll click, fireworks. Universe, insight, effulgent, playground, lucky, bed, pout, rainbow, extraordinary, valentine. Playground, rain cloud, twirl, excitement, sweet, fluffy, massacre, nature, mouse, dream, love. I'll choose mouse, like, you know, danger mouse. Pink, sensation, sticky, family, music, scars, empty, nightgown, imagination, friends. I'll choose nightgown. I haven't worn a nightgown in a long time. I'm longer overdue. Flower, lollipop, atone, graveyard, poof, portrait, awesome, variants, memories, flying. I like flying. Vanilla, headphones, vertigo, contamination, sunny, uncanny, existence, summer, games, forgive. Summer and games, you know, like the Summer Olympic Games. I'll choose headphones since I'm wearing a pair right now. These are DT99 Pros, cost about $200. Pain, desire, extreme, flee, electricity, laugh, incapable, journey, smile, beauty. This one's a bit difficult. I'll choose electricity. Hope, Papa, I'm not gonna use that. Kiss, no. Cheer, hop, defeat, fear, incongruent, parfait, promise. Incongruent, that means I think they are not equal with each other or not at the right angle. Something to do with geometry. Grief, feather, whirlwind, together, treasure, unrestrained, socks, heartbeat, philosophy, disoriented. Socks, since I'm wearing socks right now. Kirkland brand, if you wanted to know. That means they're from Costco. Question. Infinite, wrath, clouds, vivacious, tenacious, calm, determination, bliss, happiness. I'll try vivacious. Intellectual, cage, hair, despise, embrace, essence, skirt, rose, uncontrollable, tragedy. Cage, like Nicolas Cage. Boot, dazzle, loud, meager, unrequited or infallible, childhood, giggle, warm, play. Boop, like Betty Boop. My aunt used to look just like Betty Boop with the same hair. Like Betty Boop meets Bride of Frankenstein. She was not pretty. Still isn't. Comfort, bubbles, landscape, melody, death, breathe, precious, clumsy, kawaii, fireflies. Tempted to pick kawaii, but I think I'll pick melody. Romance, hopeless, time, dark, peace, broken, starscape, fantasy, silly, candy. I'll pick candy, I just ate some. Actually, I have some right here, some Scooby-Doo snacks. Eternity, disaster, frightening, kitty, Hurt, fickle, bouncy, infernal, waterfall, shame. Kitty, because I love cats like Smudge. My pretty, pretty, pretty girl. You know, I'm thinking about maybe I should write poems about Smudge, you know? I'll never run out of material. Joy, dance, agonizing, anger, pure, pleasure, lazy, sadness, milk, marriage. Milk, why not? Adventure, spinning, party, entropy, horror, jumpy, vitality, alone, tears, cute. Well, Smudge is cute, so I'll pick that. Goes along with the kitty. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. Well, we're going to have to save it for the next episode. Well, guys, that has been great reading up all this poetry, you know, and we didn't actually get to hear what my poem was, and that's unfortunate because I really wanted to know what they did with my poem. They probably screwed it over, but of course, I'm a master poet, so this is nothing to me. I can write a new one in my sleep, you know? Maybe you guys can write some interesting poetry down in the comments below, you know? Roses are red, violets are blue. Please like this video, and subscribe while you're at it too. Anyway, guys, see you all later.